Okay, good. So just explain to me the title first. So we work through it systematically before we get
Okay.
involved in some of the detail.
Okay. So Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. The subject doer is the word that is doing the verb, so the noun that is doing the verb.
Okay,
Ghair
good.
munsarif, in English, the word for it is a diptote, and what that means is it's like a word from another language.
No.
Uh,
That's not what it means. No.
oh,
So diptote, literally triptote. So words in Arabic. I mean, I don't like the English translation because it makes it more confusing.
yeah,
But triptote is try, which means three. Diptote
yeah,
is die, which means two. So basically, what they're saying is that usually words can have three. They can have a fatha, kasra, or dhamma at the end. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So that's the usual scenario. So the diptote say no, you can only have two. You can either have a fatha or a dhamma. Does that make sense? Does that make
Yeah,
sense?
yeah.
So munsarif means that that it can have all three on them. Yeah. There's a really
But
funny
Ghair
story
means not.
between I think it was Imam al-Taftazani and someone else. I can't remember who. And he came and knocked on his door. Uh, he says he said to him, his name was Umar. So he said to him, "Insarif." He said to him, "Go away." He says, "Umar la yansarif." You get it? Umar
Yeah, didn't
la
go away.
yansarif. Umar is ghayr munsarif because it's one of the categories of ghayr munsarif. Umar because it's in the category of adl. Yeah. So Umaru
So,
is another category. It's not a foreign name. It's a
okay,
name,
okay,
but it's
okay.
called the adl. It's another category of ghayr munsarif.
Okay.
And then he said, I think it was الاسم um, uh, إذا نكر ينصرف. Yeah. So he said that but the exception is that if the word Umar is not a proper noun, if it's not known, because a proper noun is
Yeah,
like known, isn't it?
yeah, yeah.
Uthman, I know who I'm talking about. But if it's not known, yansarif. So it's like a
What?
proper grammarian in-house joke. So he's saying to him, no, because you're not known, no one knows about you,
Yeah.
then you can be munsarif. It's fine. You can get lost.
Oh, but he's meant to be Ghair munsarif. Oh,
Yeah.
oh, okay.
So they had next level jokes back in the day. Yeah.
Too much thought went into that.
You know when my teacher told me this joke. I did probably like 8 years ago. But when it's like,
Yeah.
whoa, like when someone tells a really good joke, it just sticks in your mind for like 10 years. Yeah. And I just remembered it now. So back to this then. Okay. So that's what Ghayr Munsarif is. Okay. So
Right, so
you
diptote. So
do
it can
want to
only
try
have.
and get a few more categories of what is Ghayr Munsarif other than just proper noun, like a proper noun that is foreign name is a category that you're comfortable with. Okay, because most of the
Yeah.
examples that are in the Quran that we give are in that category, but that's not the only time. Yeah.
Mm.
So it could be there could be other reasons why something's Ghayr Munsarif. Okay. Good. Okay, but let's keep going then.
We'll start from the beginning of the ayah because that makes sense. So, where is a conjunction?
Let's not do that.
Oh,
Let's start with
okay.
what is the fa'il.
The fa'il is the subject doer
No, I know
of.
you've said that, but which
Yeah,
word here
okay.
is the fa'il?
The fa'il here is Ibrahim. And then Yaqub
Because
is.
because
Oh, because it's got a dhamma at the end. And
yeah,
because it's Ghaib Munsarif, it's got a dhamma at the end.
good. So
Although
if
it
we
would
were
make
to
a difference.
read the ayah,
Yeah,
yeah, and we read Ibrahimu,
yeah.
I know Ibrahim is doing the verb, yeah, as opposed to
Yeah,
Ibrahima,
yeah, yeah.
because the definition of grammar is to know أحوال أواخر الكلمة, is to know what's going on by looking at the end of the word. Because the
Mm.
middle of the word is not going to change, is it? The middle
No.
of the word is not going to change because that's the word. Yeah. It's like
So that
Uthman.
means, yeah.
Uthman, maybe he is in his pajamas, maybe he's in his school uniform, maybe he's in his sports kit.
Yeah.
But Uthman, the Bangladeshi boy with black hair, I mean, that's not going to change. You see?
Oh yeah, yeah.
So his state will change depending on what he's doing and the role he has for that day, the role of sleeping, the role of sports, the role of school. But Uthman as a person is not going to change. So Ibrahim, the fatha at the beginning, the kasr at the beginning, the fatha on the ba, that's not going to change. Yeah. But what is changing is the dhamma at the end.
Yeah.
And that's like, okay, he's wearing pajamas. Okay, so dhamma could be pajamas, fatha could be school uniform, etc. Okay,
I get you.
good. Yeah,
The thing is, for Ibrahim, because it's a ghain munsarif, it would be like theoretically, it would be wearing a it'd be wearing the same kit for two jobs, right? So like it'd be wearing a fatha for jar and nasab.
yeah, yeah.
Because
So just if we take out analogy, he could be someone who also does sports in his pajamas, or he goes to school in
right.
his pajamas. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, okay.
You know,
That's a
in
good way
Syria,
to
when I
do
remember when I used to go to Syria before the war, one of the things that I found really weird is that in the morning on the weekend,
it.
which was
Yeah.
Friday was the big weekend, everyone would go and buy bread from the bread shop, and everyone would go in their pajamas.
Just outside in their
Yeah, that
pajamas.
was like the cultural thing. You don't want to get changed. Weekend is here. We're not going to get changed out of our pajamas.
In the same clothes for 3 days.
No, I think probably eventually they'll change their pajamas. But you wake up early in the morning, you go and buy bread.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't think you could buy like bread. Like there's a shop that does bread. Traditionally, they would
Bakery.
have a shop that does bread. They didn't have supermarkets and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So you go and buy the bread because you're gonna have breakfast. You need to go and buy some bread. No point getting changed out for pajamas. We're still relaxed. It's still early morning. I think because it's Fridays, well, you stay in your pajamas all the way until you have a shower and then go to Jumu'ah.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, yeah.
Makes sense. Actually makes
The
sense.
man's sending some stuff through. Okay, cool. Let's keep going then, inshallah. So that's the fact. Okay, what else?
So
Let's do these labels first. Let's do these labels at the bottom.
yeah.
Interesting.
So linked to the fa'il is the ma'tuf, right? So the ma'tuf is copying Ibrahim.
Yeah.
So it means it's doing the same job as Ibrahim, essentially. So that's why Yaqub also ends in a dhamma. Because is Yaqub also Ghain Munsarif?
It is. Now,
Yeah.
now that you know that, explain what's actually happening in the ayah then.
So enjoined. So enjoined means like he
So
made them promise.
who is enjoining?
Ibrahim,
Enjoining means to like give advice. Who's giving the advice?
Ibrahim and Yaqub, both of them.
Good. Ibrahim is giving advice to who?
His sons, and they are
Good. Now,
مفعول به.
good. Now it could be if you didn't know the grammar, you
Yeah.
might think that Ibrahim alayhi salam is also giving advice to Yaqub.
Right.
Because in English, it's all based on the order, isn't it?
Yeah, because you'd say Ibrahim and enjoined Ibrahim, his sons, and Yaqub. So his son Yaqub would be joined to his sons.
Think of it in English.
But
If we said Uthman gave advice to his sons and to Barry, you would assume both Uthman's advising his sons and Barry. You
Barry.
wouldn't assume that Barry's also advising his. So the way that this is translated is that you would say, I'm just bringing the translation on the other screen, is you would say that Ibrahim gave advice to his sons and Yaqub gave advice to his sons.
It's a bit, because what's interesting is obviously Yaqub came after Ibrahim.
Exactly.
So Yaqub gave advice to his sons after Ibrahim had already
and
given advice.
This is one of the things that I say to parents when saying Arabic. This is why, like, there's different people who say different ways of learning Arabic. I can't see how you're going to get an understanding of the Quran without grammar.
Yeah, it's true.
This is a rule. In English, you know the rule. The example I always give to parents, if I say, Ahmad spoke to Ali, who's speaking here? Well, Ahmad. Who's being spoken to? Ali. Well, we know that because in English, it's all about the order. Yeah? But that's not the way it works in Arabic. In Arabic, it's about what's at the end of the word. So here's the dhamma. Yeah. So if you look at the translation, so it says, and commanded his sons to do the same as did Jacob. That's one
Yeah,
translation. Yeah.
It's like in Surah what's it called? Surah Al-Qasas, it says, قال له موسى إنك لغوي مبين. It's like realistically, how are you meant to know that Musa is the one who's saying it?
Okay, so Musa is a bit,
Yeah.
that word's a bit trickier because the alif maqsura at the end won't have a sign at the end.
It never changes.
It never changes. So you need to,
Yeah.
you need to look at the tafsir, yeah? But the
Yeah.
way they translate this is that, so this is, Abdul Halim translates it as, so Sahih International translates it as, and Ibrahim instructed his sons to do the same, as so did Jacob, oh my sons, yeah? So the translation is telling you that both Ibrahim and Yaqub are both instructing their sons.
Mhm.
Yeah. Another translation was enjoined by Ibrahim upon his sons and by Yaqub. Yeah. So it's not saying, you might mistaken think Ibrahim is giving advice to his sons and to Yaqub.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which wouldn't make sense because
No.
Ibrahim alayhi salam is the granddad of Yaqub.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe they, I don't know if they met or not. Yeah. But you know, he's his grandson. So with this translation, if you understand the translation, it doesn't matter. Yeah, it's not an issue. Good. Okay. So let's just do the other symbols here. So we've done maf'ul bihi. You've already said that.
Yeah.
What's the sign then that bani is maf'ul bihi?
So Beni is what's it called?
This is
It's
hard.
Nasr.
This is hard. You probably won't get this.
It's
It's not
Nasr.
hard. It's not. There's something missing.
Yeah.
So bani is made up of two bits.
So bin means son, right?
Yeah.
That's singular. So there's something that would make it plural, which would be a ya and a noon.
Good. Not plural. Dual. Banin.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so banin is plural. Banoon, sorry, is two.
Yeah. And then Banoon is multiple.
Is it
More
banin
than
or
two.
sorry? No.
Bunan.
No, you're right. It's plural. Banin.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's banin, not banoon.
Yeah.
But the noon is dropped because.
There's a ha.
So what is banin here also? Do you know, Jamal?
Because it's مفعول به. I mean, sorry, مضاف إليه. No,
Yeah.
Very
مفعول
good.
به. مفعول به.
It's mudaf. It's mudaf. Excellent. Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, you guys are like famous because this group now has suddenly got much bigger.
MashaAllah.
So you like the. What does OG stand for?
Original gangster.
Original gang. I thought it was old guard. Original gangster. So you're the original gangsters. Okay. Is that a good thing? Anyway, you guys are like famous now. So they're gonna so there's a bunch of parents that are gonna be like, wow, one day my son's gonna be like that. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, but
yeah, that's what I was trying to say.
Man, be careful what you pray for, stuff.
You know what? I was in my dad's study circle just now, and I was sitting next to Abdullah. You know Abdullah? He always attends my dad's study circle with his dad, mashallah.
Sure.
And they were doing sort of Ali Imran.
Yeah, there's like loads of them. We're all Abdullah.
So
Abdullah.
Well, was it the one who used to come before?
No, the one who's still in your class, the Uzbek.
Oh, him, yes.
Oh,
so I was sitting next to him. Today's lesson just happened to also be about how you have to respect your teachers. I was gonna like turn around to him and say, you know, but I thought, no, I didn't do that. So can you see this? Yeah. So he was. They were discussing, and it was funny. There's a whole bunch of like suggestions for what the answer was, and you could tell like people just winging it. Yeah. They were discussing what's the difference between nazzala and what anzala.
Oh, anzala has alif, so it's got like atayna letters, right?
No.
Oh.
So I said to Abdullah, if you did more Arabic, you'd know this.
That'd be ضرب with the other verb.
You're on the right lines. Good. Yeah. So what's
it's the forms? The forms.
Form. Yeah. What form do you know?
I don't know which form.
Even if you don't know the form number, like as an example in Arabic.
Karama.
Karrama. Is that a verb? Karrama? Give me like a common one.
علم.
Allama, that's the one. Okay. Allama. So I was like, shall I didn't want to like, oh, I know Arabic kind of stuff. So I just let them talk, yeah. But nazzala allama is
Oh, causative.
causative, yeah. Nazzala.
Oh, so we cause to be sent down.
Exactly. Nazzala alayka al-kitab.
Okay.
Yeah. نزل عليك الكتاب. Now that's different to أنزل لما بين يديه وأنزل التوراة. Yeah. وأنزل التوراة. أنزل is like أكرم. Yeah.
It's just
أنزل
what's it called?
التوراة. Yeah.
Now, it's just form like one or two, like normal basically, right?
Huh?
It's
No,
just
no,
like
it's
a
not
normal form.
No. So nazala is the normal. It normally
Okay.
mean form 1, yeah. So this is
Yeah.
form 4.
Oh.
Yeah, باب الأفعال. Now you shouldn't. This is the thing. You made a mistake there. Don't ever mistake when you see a hamza at the beginning. It's not going to be attain letters. Okay. So if it's a hamza at the beginning, and you still got 3 root letters, it's going to be akrama yukrimu, anzala, akrama. Do you see what I mean? Because there's still the root letters are nun, za, and la. We know that from here. Nun, za, la. So the alif here is so no. Now if you could say so like if you want to say,
but I feel like أضربه.
Wait, Ustad, is it something to do with the example that you give of sitting down, like jalasa?
yeah, ajlasa. So let's take that one. Jalasa. So anzala. So adribu is mudari', isn't it?
Yeah.
Is anzala mudari'? وأنزل التوراة.
We sent down. No, it was sent down.
Is it so? It is past tense.
Is it past tense or is it present tense?
It's past tense.
Past tense. Does past tense have attain letters in it?
No.
No,
okay.
but if it's annoying, then yes.
What's that?
But if it's annoying, if it's annoying, then yes.
No, there's no annoying. It's very mathematical. The whole thing's very mathematical. Yeah. So that's the thing, isn't it? Because it's past tense. If it's got a hamza at the beginning, there's not going to be. It's not mudari'.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? So you do have to know. You don't have to know the tense to spot this, because otherwise you might think, like if you take daraba yadribu, yeah, adraba is not the same as adribu. Adraba is past tense. Anzala, it's got a fatha at the end. Yeah. Like daraba yadribu. Anzala yanzilu. Okay. It'll come with practice, but we really need to have that sarf day. I need to get something in the diary. Yeah. Okay.
Do it. That's what it is.
ووصى بها إبراهيم وبنيه ويعقوب. That's the main thing. So بنيه, this was the other one. So that's why it's got a ya. Because مفعول به, because mansub.
Yeah, okay.
You get that? If you don't get that, say so, because I need to make sure you do
No,
understand.
I do get that, because the mudaf is mansub, and then the mudaf ilayh is majroor, and the
No, but that's not my point. My point is, how do we know it's maf'ul bihi?
Because I don't know why we don't it's maf'ul bihi.
Jamal, do you know?
I feel like it's on the tip of my tongue and I can't explain it. So
no, it needs to be like this, guys. It's not something to think about and explain. This is the core of this process. Yeah. The other stuff about verbs, we haven't done verbs that much, but we have done this extensively. Okay. And plus, every time I speak to a parent, I say, I've got a Bangladeshi kid and a Pakistani kid who really understand Arabic. The whole project rests on your shoulders.
Oh, damn.
So
No pressure, then. No pressure.
No, let's keep it simple, yeah? Kafirun, kafirin. Which one's the rafa? Which one's the nasab?
Oh, it's got it's because it's neen and not noon.
Good. Yeah? So that means it's the nasab state, yeah?
How come it's not bani nah then? Bani nahi.
Why? You tell me. Jamal, you know that.
The noon's dropped.
Because? Yeah, but why?
Yeah, that's why I don't know.
Allah.
Because it's mudaf. Because it's mudaf.
Oh, because it's mudaf. Why
Yeah.
is that like just a rule? Like if
We
it's...
have done this before. We have done this before. Yeah. It
Oh
is
my days.
just look. Let's show you the example. I'll tell you the example where we did this before. And I remember the epiphanies when you did it then. Yeah, it was the same epiphany you had then that you're having now.
Oh, did you start going through it? Oh, I can't remember.
Wait, that's like
You gotta love the
60% of
vocabulary. Yeah,
vocabulary.
tabbat yada. Remember this?
Okay, because Yadan, it's normally
Yadan,
Yadan.
yeah.
isn't it?
So the
Yeah.
noon also dropped because it's mudaf.
Oh,
Okay.
Allah.
Now, yeah, this one's even more tricky because it's a mudaf and it's attached to a pronoun. Yeah, I did say it's a bit harder, but the thing that wasn't hard was when we established banin and banun.
Yeah, I should
So
have got
then
it
you
then.
know bani, the ya is why it's nasab because of that ya. Okay,
Mm.
so that's how we know. Like if it was ووصى بها إبراهيم بنون ويعقوب, we wouldn't know who he's doing the advice to, but you'd say, well, you could say banuhu, potentially banuhu,
And then
baniha.
that would be in a rafa, right?
Yeah, so you pretend, I'm just making this up on the spot now, but like if we said banuhu, then that's also the fa'il as well. Do you see?
So benuhu ila benuhu.
Like
So
al-malu wal-banuna zinatul hayat ad-dunya.
okay.
Yeah. Wal-baqiyatu
But then the thing is not dropped there. Benun isn't
it does
dropped
not
there.
drop there, but that's in rafat state. Yeah.
Oh, because there's no mudaf, because it's not a mudaf, it's just by itself.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
But the point, the mudaf has made it a bit more tricky. But the point is that to know what's happening in the ayah, we need to know who's the fa'il, and you just have to trust, like you in English. Just know what's going on. There'll come a day where you read it and you know what's going on.
Okay. Inshallah, bismillah.
You might have to think about it because this one's a bit because the maf'ul bihi is in the middle of two fa'ils. It is a bit. It's not gonna straight away jump out, but you will when you just process it in your mind. Okay, that must be the fa'il. That must be the fa'il. So both prophets are giving advice to their son or sons. Okay. The rest I think is easy. We've done the rest. We've done mudaf ilayh as well. I'm not going to bother with the word level because that's easy. Just one thing though, muta'alliq. You both happy with that?
No, I tried to read it back in the notebook and I lost it.
I can't hear what you're saying, Osman.
Sorry.
What about? Do you want to have a go at that one, Jamal? Whilst I down.
So, does it happen whenever there is a verb and some a particle linking the verbs like to what's happening, where it's happening, or how,
What do you mean by particle?
say harf, for example, a harf jar.
Harf jar. Yeah. No, don't say particle. Particle means harf. Remember, all of Arabic is either ism, fi'l, harf. Harf is a very big category of words. Harf jar is a preposition.
I just think you can make yourself look so clever by saying, yeah, that's a harf. I have no idea what kind of harf it is.
That's when you're winging it.
Yeah.
I'll tell you a story. I was in a student organization back when 7/7 happened. I've told you this story before.
I don't know what 7/7
when was
is.
7/7?
7/7.
2005, I think it was. Yeah.
2005, yeah.
I was back in
2005 was man, not 2007. Sorry.
So I got a call
sorry.
from Waqas, who's the president, and he says, Moran, you need to go on an interview tomorrow morning.
Waqas.
And I was like, okay, whatever. They're going to ask you about it. We're getting interviews left, right, and center back there. And the news was a big deal then. It's not because social media now, it's not a big deal. If you're on the news, a lot of people are going to listen to you. So, okay. So it was like 6 in the morning or something. I get a call from LBC or something. And they say to me, we've got Marwan from the Students Islamic Societies. Marwan, what do you think of what Omar Khayyam did? I had no idea who Omar Khayyam. It's like national radio, and I was
It's
like,
like Omar Khayyam's my
so this is
cousin.
my winging it. We really shouldn't focus on what individuals have done. We need to look at the bigger picture here. And the bigger picture here is that Muslims condemn terrorism, all that kind of stuff that we had to do like every 5 minutes back in the day. Yeah.
We still have
And
to
I
do
think
it
he
now.
picked on it. He picked on it. So he said, but do you think what Omar Khayyam did was appropriate? So I winged it again, and I think I kind of got away with it. So if you want to see an example of how to wing something, I'll dig out that interview for you. You can listen to it, okay? So that was an example, inshallah.
Pro winging.
Oh, good, Osman, that was good. I like that. It gave me some good material to put on the group now, inshallah. So I enjoyed that, inshallah. Okay. And remember, boys, no added pressure, but the groups are only going to get bigger. It's going to get more parents. And
Allahu
all
Akbar.
looking at you guys as like maybe one day my boy will be like him. So don't let us
I'm
down,
annoyed
okay? No
now.
pressure, but one sheet every
What's
5
that?
weeks is just not going to cut it. Okay.
I'm really, really annoyed because I told myself that I did something. Then my sister comes in, I want to spend some time with her, and my dad go to the mosque together and so on.
Look
And
at
then I
it.
come back.
My
and I
dad,
think-
my dad made me go to the mosque, so I couldn't possibly not go to the mosque. Yeah, the
No,
fact that
I
he went
took
to
him
the
there.
mosque isn't
It's
the
not- I
reason
took
why he
him
didn't
there,
do the
Ustad.
sheet.
I
It's
took
like,
him there,
it's like last
Ustad.
Sunday. It's like last Sunday. Why I said at this point, why didn't you do the homework? And he goes, I was helping my dad. We were doing some, and I said that took you the whole week, the whole week that you couldn't do anything else because you were. So it's like when you say to somebody, "Oh, what's the answer to this?" Oh, because Allah said it in the Quran, and we should be good Muslims. Yeah, obviously, yeah. Like it's not the answer like to everything. So, khair, inshallah. Right, let's stop
Oh, I
that.
love those ones.
We'll move on to this next bit.
Very annoyed. I know because I feel bad now. I just messed it all up.
Khalas, Jamal, don't
Awful.
worry, because we'll end on a positive note, inshallah. You're an amazing good boy.